Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto and I'm a photographer. And in this video I'm going to wrap up the year 2022, or at least the photography side of 2022. But before I go any further, let me wish you all happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever it is that you are celebrating this time of the year. Let me first share my most used gear in 2022. Usually this time of the year I'll check my Lightroom library and find out what was my most used camera and most used lens. While that information is not that important or necessary, it's still fun to see, and sometimes it's surprising. It has been in the past. But this year I couldn't do it because I started a new Lightroom library when I left Finland for Malaysia in early November 2022. Because my full library would not fit on a small SSD drive like this. And on this drive I have only the pictures that I've shot after I left Finland. So I can't really say what was my most used gear in 2022, but I can guess it was the Ricoh GR3 or 3X, because I use these cameras so much. And also the Sony a7 IV got a lot of use because I used it for all my lens review videos, almost all my lens review videos. But other than that, I can't really say anything. I have no idea what was my most used camera or lens, especially the lens, because I used so many lenses. But if you know what was your most used camera and lens in 2022, leave a comment down below. But most fun camera or lens is not necessarily the same as the most used camera or lens. They can be, but not necessarily. And I know for sure what was my most fun camera in 2022, because that is not based on any statistics. But I'll save that till the end of this video, and now let's talk about some of my future plans for this channel. If you've been following my channel, you know that I'm traveling at the moment. I'm here in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur to be exact, and I hope this is going to change my content a little bit, and I hope it's going to be for the better. And I'm going to be here for now. I don't know exactly when I'm going to return to Finland, but one thing I know, I'm going to be in Helsinki in August 2023, because then I'm going to be organizing the workshop with my good friend Peter Forsgård. I'm gonna tell you about the workshop in just a moment. This warm tropical climate really inspires me to go out and take pictures and make more videos, and that I think will turn into better content also for you guys. The Finnish winter, it is just too harsh and cold and windy for photography and for videos, in my opinion. I see some pictures from Finland and they all look very nice and photogenic, but I know from my past experience that I would not want to go out in that kind of weather and take pictures or make videos. Making videos in sub-zero, freezing, windy conditions is not very nice. There are so many things to go wrong, and there are so many things to worry about when you are making videos, and I don't want to worry about those things in sub-zero, freezing, windy conditions. I know I'm very privileged to be able to do this, and I'm very thankful for that. And also your support means a lot to me, and without you I wouldn't be doing this or these videos. And another reason to be here is to be with my friends like Robin Wong, for example. I've known him many years already. I knew him, or we knew each other's even before we started making YouTube content. And it's so much fun to make content together, and I think it's a complete win-win situation. We all like it, and you probably like it too, so we all win. Obviously, this is also going to mean less new gear reviews, because back in Finland I could relatively easily borrow new Tamron, Sigma, Sony and other products, but over here I can't do that because I don't know people here as well as I did in Finland. But also new gear reviews are not necessarily what I want to do. I want to do more photo walk type of content. I want to share my thoughts on photography, and I want to share tips and tricks and that kind of things. And I hope you'll also like those more than new gear reviews, because I think gear reviews are pretty boring in the end, at least to me. And then about the workshop that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to be organizing a workshop in Helsinki in August 2023, Helsinki, Finland, that is, with my good friend Peter Fusgård. It's going to be about storytelling with multiple photos. And I guarantee it's going to be fun, and I guarantee you're going to be a better photographer after the workshop. So please do check out the link down below and sign up if you are interested to become a better photographer. It's going to be fun, and we'd love to see you in Helsinki in August 2023. And then the advice or tip that I promised. I'm not very good at sharing unique tips or tricks. I can always, of course, say the usual things. Check your composition, make sure you have a subject in your picture, backlight is your friend, and all those usual things, but those are hardly unique. And I'm not even sure if this following advice is unique, but it's something different at least. So my advice is, make sure you know why you are taking photos. That is the most important thing to realize. Because if you don't really know why you are taking your photos are never going to look very good or great, and your motivation is going to fade over time, seriously. I sometimes hear that new gear can boost your creativity and motivation, but I disagree. Of course you are excited after you bought a new camera or lens for the next few days. But you're probably only checking the sharpness of the new lens or the high ISO noise of the new camera. But once you're done with that, you're back where you were before you bought that new camera or lens. And your creativity or motivation is back at that level. You really have to have a proper reason to take photos in order to keep your motivation up and your creativity up. And I know some of you are going to say that I'm just snapping away, I don't need any reason for photography. Fine, if that works for you, then it's all fine and good for you. But I strongly suggest that you figure out a proper reason for your photography, because that is going to make you a better photographer. It is going to keep your creativity and motivation up. Maybe you want to feed social media. Maybe you want to show off your gear. Maybe you want to document your family life. Or maybe you want to document the neighborhood you live in. Or maybe you want to tell a story. Maybe you want to take portraits of all your family and relatives and all your neighbors, or whatever it is. Make sure you have a valid reason for your photography. My reason for photography, for the most part, has been clients. Probably 99 or 98% of all the pictures that I've ever shot have been for clients. And I have enjoyed it, I've had good time, but I a little bit regret that I haven't done more personal work. Because personal work is what keeps you going and keeps also your professional creativity up. And now that I'm not doing paid assignments anymore, commercial assignments, I think I'm enjoying photography more than I've ever enjoyed before. Except maybe the very start sometimes in the 1970s. Maybe then I was enjoying photography. It was that kind of beginner's enjoyment. And right now my reason to take pictures is to document everything I see around me, street photos, light and shadow and all that kinds of things, and that is enough to keep me motivated, at least for now. And of course this channel is another reason that keeps me going and keeps me motivated. I'm really happy that I can share my photos with you guys in some of my videos, and I hope my photos will bring some enjoyment and inspiration to you too. And now my most fun gear in 2022, and it has to be the Ricoh GR3 and the GR3X. These cameras are so much fun that it's hard to beat. But I've also had a lot of fun with my Sony a7 IV that I'm using right now for this video, and surprisingly I also had a super lot of fun with the Lumix GX80, that tiny micro four thirds camera that I don't have with me on this trip because I simply did not want to bring everything with me. And if I want to use micro four thirds gear here in Kuala Lumpur, I can always go to Robin and borrow one of his cameras or lenses. And he also loves the Lumix GM, is it 5 or something, which is very similar to the GX880. And one of these days I might as well borrow Robin's tiny Lumix and take it out for a spin. But I'd like to know what was your most fun camera or lens in 2022. Please leave a comment down below and explain why it was so much fun. This pretty much wraps up my photography year 2022, and I hope you have also had a good 2022 regarding photography. I wish you all once more happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and if you have enjoyed my videos in 2022, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. There's a link down below if you don't live in Finland. Thank you so much for watching my videos and this video, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.